Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOBH Brandi Glanville dropped by lawyers details. Former RHOBH star, Brandi Glanville has officially been dropped by her lawyers in her case against Bravo. She has been working with them in a suit alleging that Andy Cohen sexually harassed her. Brandi also has other bones to pick with the network and the head honcho. So, why was she dropped, and what has been Brandi's reaction? Keep reading for all of the details. Since she burst onto the Bravo scene, Brandi Glanville was never tame. She has had a foul mouth and has been controversial, which caused viewers to love or hate her. She exited RHOBH after season 5, but still returned as a friend. Eventually, she joined the season 2 cast of RHUGT in the Berkshires. It was hit or miss, but she ended up with friends and having a good time. After they all left, there was a lawsuit brought to Bravo by Marco the butler, who was there to assist RHONI alum, Dorina Medley. She was hosting that RHUGT season at her Berkshire's home, and he was an actor. He then alleged he was sexually assaulted by Brandi and co-star, Phaedra Parks, which they have denied. Brandi then went to Morocco for another installment, but was accused of harassment by RHONJ alum, Caroline Manzo. Manzo sued Bravo, but not Brandi. In return, all of the stress from the defamation of character caused Brandi to fall extremely ill. She soon alleged Andy Cohen sexually harassed her, had proof, and lawyered up, but that has come to an end. The former model and mother of two tweeted that her lawyers allegedly said she does not have a case. Therefore, they dropped her as a client. This came after they supposedly let her believe that her case against Bravo was very strong. Now, Brandi Glanville is questioning if they were paid off. According to Reality T, she has been represented by Mark Geragos and Brian Friedman. Mark has also been representing Vanderpump Rules alum, Rachel Leviss. They have not responded to why they chose to no longer work with Brandi. After followers learned this news, they reacted in different ways. Some wanted Brandi Glanville's Morocco RHUGT released, while others felt she had no case to begin with. Great, now release Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 4 and edit out all of Caroline and Brandi's scenes. Lol, Brandi's Bravo career has been chaotic from the start. You never had a case in the first place. Girl, bye. Honestly shocked Brandi wasn't the first one sued for SA, given how she's behaved with everyone over the years. I'm no lawyer, and I coulda told you don't have a case. Brandi had alleged sexual harassment from Andy Cohen, which involved a FaceTime call. He was with Below Deck's Kate Chastain, and they asked if she wanted to watch them be intimate. They giggled the whole time, and he did later say it was in poor taste. Brandi also alleged that Andy tried to get her to sleep with male Bravolebs that he wanted but couldn't have because they were straight. In the end, maybe she just wanted RHUGT to be released so the court of public opinion could decide on her behavior. Do you think she had a case, or was she grasping for straws? Let us know in the comments below. Brandi Glanville has always been known for stirring the pot on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOBH, but her latest drama has nothing to do with diamonds, dinner parties, or designer shoes. Instead, it involves legal troubles that have left the fiery reality star in the lurch after her legal team unexpectedly dropped her as a client. The news sent shockwaves through the Housewives universe, raising questions about what really went down behind the scenes and what it could mean for Brandi's future, both in and out of the courtroom. The whole situation began like most things in Brandi's life, with a bang. Reports started circulating that the embattled star had found herself in a precarious legal position, battling a lawsuit that she thought her attorneys were handling with the usual finesse. However, as details emerged, it became clear that her representation had abruptly pulled the plug on their involvement, leaving her without the support she desperately needed. The legal saga, how it all started. Brandi has never been one to shy away from controversy, and that's part of her appeal. Fans of RHOBH know her as the unfiltered, sharp-tongued former model who's never afraid to speak her mind, regardless of the fallout. But that same attitude seems to have landed her in hot water this time around. According to sources close to the situation, the legal dispute stems from comments Brandi made about a fellow reality star, which quickly escalated into a defamation lawsuit. While Brandi is no stranger to public feuds, this one took a more serious turn when her remarks were alleged to have crossed legal lines, leading to claims of character assassination. At first, it seemed like Brandi's legal team had everything under control. They'd assured her that the case was manageable and that her public persona would ultimately shield her from the worst of the damage. But as the court dates loomed closer, things took a sharp left turn. Brandi, who thrives on transparency and a bit of chaos, started making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Behind the split, why the lawyers walked away, fans and observers of the legal drama were stunned when news broke that Brandi's lawyers had dropped her, but the reasons behind the decision are now starting to trickle out. According to insiders, the tension between Brandi and her legal team had been building for some time. Brandi, known for her impulsive behavior, reportedly refused to follow her attorney's advice on multiple occasions, insisting on taking matters into her own hands. Brandi doesn't like being told what to do, especially when she feels like her freedom of speech is under attack, said one source familiar with the case. She didn't want to back down or apologize, which made it nearly impossible for her lawyers to work out a settlement. Every time they tried to guide her toward a more strategic approach, she went rogue. The straw that broke the camel's back, however, appears to have been a series of social media posts in which Brandi doubled down on her statements, despite being explicitly told to refrain from further comment. Her legal team, already frustrated with her lack of cooperation, reportedly felt that continuing to represent her was untenable. "There's only so much they could do," explained the insider. "When your client refuses to play by the rules, you're left with no choice but to walk away. It wasn't a decision they made lightly, but at a certain point, they had to protect themselves." Brandi's side of the story. Never one to let others control the narrative, Brandi quickly took to social media to address the situation. In true Glanville fashion, her response was a mix of defiance and vulnerability. In a series of tweets and Instagram posts, she acknowledged that her legal team had indeed dropped her, but insisted that she was not at fault. "I don't need anyone to speak for me. I can handle this myself," she wrote. "I've been through worse, and I'll come out on top, like I always do. People want to silence me, but I'm not going to back down. If you can't handle me at my most outspoken, then you don't deserve to represent me at all." Her fans rallied behind her, praising her for standing her ground, while critics pointed out that her refusal to heed professional advice could be her downfall. Brandi, however, seemed unfazed by the mixed reactions. In typical form, she promised her followers that she would emerge from this latest debacle stronger than ever, and with a lot more to say. "I'm not going to be bullied into silence," she added in another post. "I've always been real, and I'm not going to stop now just because some people can't handle the truth." The fallout. What's next for Brandi? While Brandi's public persona is built around her fearless attitude, her legal woes are no laughing matter. Being dropped by her lawyers means that she now faces an uphill battle in the courtroom without professional guidance, at least for the time being. Legal experts agree that she'll need to find new representation quickly if she hopes to mount any kind of defense against the defamation suit. However, given her reputation for being difficult to manage, it may not be easy for her to secure new counsel willing to take on such a high-profile, contentious case. In the meantime, Brandi is left in limbo, navigating the fallout from both the lawsuit and the breakdown of her relationship with her legal team. For someone who thrives on being in the spotlight, this moment of vulnerability could prove to be one of the most challenging of her career. RHOBH drama spills over. As if her legal troubles weren't enough, Brandi's ongoing drama has also started to affect her standing within the RHOBH universe. Her former castmates, some of whom have been on the receiving end of her biting commentary in the past, are reportedly watching the situation with a mix of concern and schadenfreude. While Brandi remains a fan favorite for many, her unpredictable behavior has alienated some of her closest allies within the franchise. Everyone loves Brandi's energy, but at the same time, they're not surprised she's found herself in this mess, said a source close to the show. It's classic Brandi. She doesn't know when to stop, and now it's catching up with her. As the drama unfolds, fans of RHOBH are left wondering how this latest scandal will impact Brandi's future on the show. Will she be able to overcome her legal challenges and return to the fold with her usual bravado? Or has this chapter of her life written her out of reality TV for good? For now, Brandi Glanville remains in the hot seat, without a lawyer and without a clear path forward. But if history has taught us anything, it's that Brandi is nothing if not resilient. Whether she's battling her co-stars or the legal system, one thing is for sure: she'll keep fighting, and she'll keep making headlines, no matter the cost.